Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox have come together for a, quote, shared commitment to safer gaming. This is really cool. We see Microsoft and Sony, or I'm sorry, we see Microsoft and Nintendo work together all the time. Microsoft and Nintendo have an unbelievably fantastic relationship. Those two work so well together, are proud of their relationship, and talk about each other very highly. It's really cool to see. But now Sony's in the loop too, because all three companies are pledging to make online play safer, because anybody that has played any online game knows that when you turn on the microphone, it is the worst stuff you've ever heard. When you deal with strangers, it is racist, it's misogynistic, it's
Nickelback.
It's Nickelback. Nobody wants to hear that.
Tons and tons of Nickelback fans.
And all three companies have finally decided to push back against Nickelback. So don't worry, everybody. Yeah, all three companies are coming together because they're pledging to make online a safer environment through a whole bunch of different ways. They put out a joint statement. Again, we're talking about stuff that never happens this week. A joint statement about keeping players safe, empowering players so that they feel safe, giving them ways to deal with these creeps online, keep their data safe, all that good stuff. Also, accessibility. They're all working towards better accessibility.
Yeah!
Microsoft is the leader in that pack, without a doubt.
Makes me so happy.
Nintendo's been doing pretty good lately. They got a lot to go, but Microsoft has been leading the way. And the cool part is Microsoft has talked to the other companies and said, listen, we have these accessibility features. If you want to work with them, they're yours. So it's very cool that Microsoft is not gating that stuff. They're just like, this is for everybody. And every type of gamer deserves to have this stuff.
People with different abilities deserve the same things that their non-disabled peers have.
Well, that's what's going on. So they have some core values here. They're going for prevention. They're going for partnerships to help keep people safe, and taking responsibility. They say they are holding themselves responsible for making platforms as safe as possible. And they've given a piece-by-piece breakdown on what they're going to do. So very much needed, because online play, unless you're playing with friends, is an absolute nightmare. Every single day I see stuff that is said to people that is so horrendous. There is no way I could even mention any of the specifics on the podcast. It's horrendous. It's horrible. All the way from little kids to adults. And I know the little kids shouldn't be saying this stuff, but I don't fault them. I fault the parents. It's a little kid. We all do things that are stupid when we're little kids, but then the other problem is we have the, late teens, early 20s, 30s, all the way up to whatever, who are doing this kind of stuff too. And it's
Don't you
disgusting.
think part of, of course, obviously the children need to learn to understand
someone please think of the children.
Appropriate language and behavior.
I blame the kids.
But do you think part of the problem is that the parents don't necessarily understand the technology enough to help make it so the parents can better monitor the kids, and the kids are like taking advantage of the fact that their parents are just dumb about this stuff?
Oh, without a doubt.
Listen, I'm right here. My daughter signed on to my account one time, and I've corrected her behavior. Can we just move on?
Yeah, poor Grimbles has had to deal with kids stealing V-Bucks from him.
What? Really?
Oh, no.
That's why there's
to clarify that, because it makes me sound like I don't know how to function online.
They were. It's a little bit of a different situation than that, but there was an unlawful exchange of V-Bucks that happened.
I don't even know what the V in V-Bucks stands for. Is it virtual bucks?
It's actually Venga Boys.
Venga Bucks.
No, it's Venga Bucks.
Venga Bucks.
Venga Bucks.
The Venga Bucks are coming.
That's how you buy your seat on the Venga Bus.
I'm gonna buy a emote and then I'm gonna dance.
Yeah, and the head of the bank is the Six Flags guy.
Ew.
You want more V-Bucks? What the hell are we talking about? Yeah, they're gonna keep people safe. That's it. Akmaguins has the first comment, and they say that is very true. Sadly, most parents couldn't care less. I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy, especially with the easy access to tech that kids have nowadays. But my wife and I work really hard to make sure our son is safe and know why he's safe. See, yeah, it's hard. I know it's hard to keep up with technology and all that stuff, and parents have a buttload of other stuff that they're doing. And I know there are great parents out there who really try their hardest to keep kids safe, but there's still going to be stuff that slips through the cracks.
There's also stuff that's like marketed, like YouTube Kids, right? Like parents just assume that because it's YouTube Kids, they have no responsibility for like looking in on things. Like, all right, YouTube Kids, it's safe. I have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, and
like,
then you have kids, you wander over and your kid's watching a video where Elsa's pregnant by Spider-Man.
I was just thinking about the pregnant Elsa Spider-Man videos.
And it gives birth to a baby Hulk. Yeah, you're like,
That
what?
video teaches a very valuable.
This Marvel Cinematic Universe is getting real weird.
I'm fairly certain there are videos on YouTube Kids that are programming Russian sleeper agents
Yeah.
in the United States.
Yeah, they're going to broadcast like a secret phrase one day, and all the kids are going to turn and kill their parents.
I'm not kidding.
That is one of my favorite American Dad episodes. There's an American Dad episode where Stan's daughter is a sleeper agent, and he made her a sleeper agent, and he's the only one that knows a phrase to wake her up. And so I forget who talks to him, but they're like, how do you know that you're never accidentally going to say the phrase that'll wake her up? And he's like, oh, it's something that no one would ever say. And later in the episode, he has to wake her up. And so he says the phrase, and the phrase is, I'm beginning to get fed up with this orgasm. It's so good.
Mom Brand, can we get a no?
Oh,
Roger?
yes. The Roger no, please.
Absolutely.
You haven't heard that in a while.
No.
There we go.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was distracted by the picture of pregnant Elsa with Spider-Man.
I got to go into Discord. So anyway, yes, I think it's very cool that all three companies are taking that stuff seriously, as they should. And parents who are doing their best, good for you. Because I am not a parent, but I obviously play games, and I know about online stuff with games. And I know it's very difficult. So the good parents out there who are putting the time in and doing what they can, even if it's not working out the best as possible, at least you're trying. That's what matters.
Don't shame me for using YouTube Kids, though.
No, I would never. How could you pass up watching pregnant Elsa? Anybody would want to see that.
That's what I mean. I'm the one watching it.
Oh. I didn't know you were watching. We could have been watching that every night instead of playing Fortnite.
Or you could have been watching that Johnny, yes, Papa.
Oh, man. We've been
There's
missing
only
out.
300 different versions of that stupid stuff.
Oh, and you watched them all.
And they all have billions of views.
You guys want to go on House Party and watch some YouTube Kids?
Yes, Papa. Thanks so much for checking out this highlight to the Go Nintendo podcast. If you'd like to subscribe to the podcast, you can check out the description below and subscribe to this channel for more podcast highlights.